Salute, salute. Welcome back to Dumb Crimes and Criminals. I'm your host, Rick. You're now tuned into the funniest true crime podcast in the world. We back in the building. Follow me on Instagram at Rick_BHR. Hit the email, thedccpodcast@gmail.com. YouTube, check it out. What I'm gonna do, right? Because I've been debating on this for a while, and I decided that I'm not gonna go back and put all 56 or 46 or 47 episodes on YouTube. So I'm gonna probably start with last week's episode and this week's episode, and I'm gonna start putting the audio for that on YouTube, and then I'm gonna just keep doing that every week. So with each drop, I'm gonna just it's gonna be on YouTube. And I'm going to keep putting the audio up there until I start with the video. So definitely appreciate it for all my listeners that's listening to this right now. Could support me on YouTube as well. I'll put the link in the description and talk about that more, you know what I mean, as the time goes on. So be on the lookout for that. What else is going on? Oh, I'm also going to be introducing quick hits. So be on the lookout for that. It's just going to be random little quick episodes. You know what I mean? It's not going to be a full episode, so it's not going to be numbered. But you'll know it's a quick hit because in parentheses, whatever the title, it's going to be the title. And then in parentheses, it'll say quick hits. You know, my fan base is growing, or my supporters is growing, people that like the podcast. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. So I want to bang out more content, you know. So I'm going to try and get y'all at least, one or two quick hits a week type situation. So you'll probably get a full episode and then one or two, possibly three quick hits, a week. That's the plan. So be on the lookout for that. I'm not sure exactly when I'm gonna start it, but you'll see it, so if you see an upload on a random upload, check it out, because it's gonna be something funny. Man, let's get into today's story, man. Today we're gonna jump on the road. We heading to Florida. Polk County Sheriff Department. They're on a hunt for a man. We're gonna call him Mr. Yates. All right, that's Mr. Yates with a Y. Okay, now clearly Mr. Yates not trying to be found because he's wanted. All right, he's wanted for aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and tampering with a witness. All right, so clearly he on some nonsense. He whatever, false imprisonment, tampering, aggravated battery. Mr. Yates does not want to be found. Right. Police pulled up to his house after being tipped off that he was there. See, all right. First and foremost, this is what I'm saying. Like, when you want to run, you got to be real incognito. Like, you damn near gotta not let nobody know you want to run, because when it comes to tips and money and people in general, you know what I mean? Like, you really don't know who to trust, because when the police get to start throwing money around, hey, yo, it's the $5,000 reward, $10,000 reward. Shit, depending on how bad they want you, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000. You got your brother in the living room looking at you like, dang, yo, you sitting right here on the couch. I could use that 10, 15, 20,000 right now. Some people, brother, turn them in for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Like, think about it. Who told Mr. Yates who told the police that Mr. Yates is at his house right now? You have to know him to know that the police is looking for him. You got to be like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't see nowhere in the article that they had wanted signs of him. He's not on the FBI's most wanted list. He's not on America's most wanted. None of that craziness. The police is looking for him, right? If you don't know him, how would you know the police is looking for him? Someone tipped the police that he was home. So that means someone he knew tipped off the police. So this is an inside job. This is an inside ratting. Somebody tipped off the police. Right? That's wild. That's wild. So they pulls up. They go to Mr. Yates' crib. Now, when they get to the crib, they go to knock on the door. And in the window, on a dry erase board, they had just imagine, police walk up to the door, they knocking on the door. On a dry erase board hanging in the window, it says, Mr. Yates does not live here. Let me run that back for y'all, because y'all probably shocked like me when I was reading this. Police knocks on the door. Well, they go up to the front door. In the window, on a dry erase board, it says, Mr. Yates does not live here. Why on God's green earth would there be a sign that says, Mr. Yates does not live here? If he didn't live there and police came and knocked on the door, you could open the door and say, who? Mr. Yates? He don't live here. Hey, yo, why is there a note on the window that says Mr. Yates does not live here? That's not going to stop police from looking for Mr. Yates if this is his last known address. They want to know for themselves, is he here or not? On top of that, why would you put that in your window? For what reason would you have to put that in your window? Are you hiding something? Is he here? That's nothing. If you're not trying to be found, nothing about that says, I'm not trying to be found. Hey, yo, everything about that says, I'm trying to be found. Come find me. Hey, I'm over here. That's what that says. Why would you put a sign? That's like putting a sign on something you don't want nobody to know about. You know what I'm saying? That's damn near like putting a sign on a damn, like, let's say if you had a briefcase full of money. That's like leaving a briefcase at a briefcase somewhere with a sign that says there's no money in here. People are gonna look in the briefcase. Right now, if you go to the airport or if you go, somewhere to the store or something, and you leave a bag that says there's no money in this bag, people are gonna look in the bag. Curiosity, man. People are curious. Police is looking for someone. Do you think that they're gonna say, he's not here because this sign says he doesn't live here? What? Hey, yo, you can't make this up, right? Now, Pete, as police is at the crib, somebody comes out the house. Somebody leaves from the house while the police is there. While the police is there, yo. I can't make this up. Somebody leaves from the crib while the police is there. Police say, yo, Mr. Yates live here? Is he inside? They say, yeah. Who is this man's friends? Who is Mr. Yates? My man, watch your friends, homie. Watch your friends, yo. Because your friends is not your friends. Like, for real. First off, police got tipped off that you was in the crib. Second of all, they come there. There's a note that says, Mr. Yates does not live here. Third of all, somebody leaves the crib. Police say, yo, we looking for Mr. Yates. Is he here? They say he's inside. Who are your friends, my man? I need, they're not being discreet about you at all. You know what I'm saying? They're not being discreet about you. Y'all not being incognito. Like, I don't think your friends like you. Personally, I think they ready to send you to jail, because ain't no way in hell the police get tipped off that you home and then somebody leave the crib. Did that person that left the crib first say that, was they the tipper? Yeah, go. He did. Like, are they, like, what is going, yo, Mr. Yates, check your friends, homie. For real. That's wild. That's wild. So after that, cops around the crib. They surround the crib. They outside the crib for like an hour. An hour. Trying to get this man to come out the crib. Right? So nobody comes out the crib. Know what they do? They shoot the smoke in the crib. They shoot the smoke in the crib. Smoke them out. Y'all want to come out? We're going to smoke y'all out. 4 people come running out the crib. 4 people come running out the crib. Out of them 4, none of them was Mr. Yates. All right, so hey, maybe the sign is right. Maybe he don't live here. Maybe that sign is really there for a reason. Like, maybe the sign is really there to say, yo, my man, he don't live here. Now, it's random as hell, but maybe it's some truth to the sign. All right? So, you know what they do? They shoot some more gas in the crib. We gonna smoke him out. Because the first person who came out the house said he's in there. Then these 4 people come out this house, say he's not in there. Now we got a conflict. Let's shoot some more gas in there. We're going to smoke them out. So they shoot more gas in the crib. No Mr. Yates. No Mr. Yates. Okay, cool. What could we do? You know what? Could be dangerous. We ain't going to just run in there. Get the K9s. Now they send the K9s in there. And you already know. You already know. When they bring the K9s out, just come out. You're found. Ain't no getting away from the K9s, all right? Ain't no getting away from the K9s, all right? I don't know if any of y'all are movie heads out there, but I'm sure at least 70% of my audience seen Minister Society before, right? Classic movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Classic movie. Classic. They don't make movies like that no more. Remember when they stole a car and it was in the parking garage? They went and stole the car from the parking garage. And as they was leaving the parking garage, they was trying to come out. Police came in. They hopped out the car, ran, right? What was the first thing the police did? Release them damn K9s. You know what them K9s did? Ran right to their ass. Ain't no getting away from them joints, man. You're not fast enough to just straight up outrun them. Once they lock onto your scent, you got to jump in some water, climb a fucking mountain. A bridge. You got to do a lot to get away from them to break that scent. You know, so once they lock onto your scent, man, you good as God. So they send the K9s in. Your man, Mr. Yates, was found hiding in a makeshift chest. He had a fake dresser with fake drawers, and he was hiding in that joint. Salute for the effort. You know what I'm saying? Salute. But you made yourself hot off rip with the note, man. You made yourself hot off rip with the note. And the 4 people that lied and said he wasn't in the house, they got hit with charges too. But you made yourself hot, Mr. Yates. You know what I mean? I understand the effort. I'm going to get low. I'm trying to hide. You know what I mean? This bed, I don't know how long you been there because you got a fake dresser with fake drawers and you inside the joint, like, and all that. All right, whatever, you know, but you made yourself hot with the fake sign saying you don't live there. Like, clearly, if the police is coming to surround your crib, you live there. Like this, well, I ain't gonna necessarily say you live there, but they believe you're in there. Put it that way. You know, maybe that's your last known address or something like that. And they got a tip that said you was in there. So you putting a sign on the door, yo, my man, listen, man. Again, man, we don't encourage criminal behavior and criminal activities on the Dumb Crimes and Criminals podcast. We just here to talk about the dumb crimes and criminals. I would say this. If you don't want to be found and you're hiding, don't write a note saying, hey, I'm not here, when you know you're there. You understand what I'm saying? That's like playing hide and go seek and you go hide in the closet, but put a note on that closet and say, I'm not hiding in the closet. That's the equivalent of. Why would you do that? And my man, check your friends, homie. Check your friends, man. Somebody told on you, yo. Somebody told on you. I don't know what type of person you are. I don't know what you did to them people, but police got a tip that you was there. You know what I'm saying? And the first person that left the crib while the police was there said, yeah, he inside. Go get his ass. You know what I mean? But you tried to hold it down, man. They had to stand off for a couple hours or whatever the case. You tried to hold it down, but hey, man, it just wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Just wasn't enough. But yeah, man. So that's today's story, man. Definitely appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. You know, sincerely. If you got any stories you want to send me and you want me to, you want me to bring it to the platform, feel free to hit my email at thedccpodcast@gmail.com. That's the thedccpodcast@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram at DCC_podcast. Okay, I just created the Instagram. I need some followers. My joint look crazy right now, so follow me there at DCC_podcast. Send stories to the email. I told y'all that. And comment, rate, do all that, man. Drop a comment on the podcast, rate the podcast. I'm trying to bring something new to the genre. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, like I say this all the time. I listen to a lot of true crimes podcasts. That's one of my favorite genres of podcasts to listen to. It's probably my favorite podcast genre to listen to. But you know, I need to get up in the ranks. You know what I'm saying? I need to get up in the ranks. So I'd appreciate if y'all spread the word, help me grow the podcast, and I'm gonna keep bringing these fire episodes for y'all. You know, like I said, be on the lookout for the quick hits. You know, I'm gonna really try to give y'all like at least two a week. So that'll be a full episode and 2 quick hits a week. I think, yeah, you know what I mean? Let's grind. You understand? Let's turn it up, man. You know, this is the funniest true crime podcast in the world. You know, I'm standing on that. I haven't seen many podcasts like it in the true crime genre. You know, like I said, I'm standing on it being the funniest one. But you know, like I said, man, I support other podcasts. You know, I just want y'all to support my podcast. You know, supporting is free. You know, straight up and down. If you like something, support it. I'm big on that. Anything that I like, I support. You know, this podcast that got millions, they don't need my like, they don't need my share. I tell people about podcasts all the time. I don't just run around and try and tell people about my podcast. I tell people about other people's podcasts. Like, yo, check this joint out. You know, if I'm in a conversation, somebody's talking about podcasts, I got a million podcasts to suggest and refer them to. You know, so if you know people that listen to podcasts, tell them about the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Send it to them, man. Text it to them, email it to them, do whatever. Just share the podcast. That's all I'm asking. I'm gonna keep bringing the dope episodes. Like I said again, man, be on the lookout for the quick hits. What else? Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. You know, like I said, my listeners is growing crazy. I definitely appreciate that. Definitely. You know, and like I said, I'm gonna put this week's episode and last week's episode, and then moving forward, every episode after that will be on YouTube. It'll be the audio version until I start doing the video. So the video should be coming soon. I'm just trying to figure it out, how I want to do it. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, man, just keep supporting the podcast, man. I definitely appreciate it. You know, I definitely appreciate it, man. I say that every episode because, again, this is a passion of mine, and I like seeing, you know, people messing with the podcast. And the way I see that is my analytics, you know. So my analytics is looking good. We growing. That's all I can ask for. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, be on the lookout. More on the way. This is the Dumb Crimes and Criminals podcast. I am your host, Rick. I'm gone.